Hi everyone, Artie Dans from Asian Film Fans and the Artie Dans channels here. Now, this video is going to be something a little different. Usually while I research topics to have a look at to make a video on, I tend to find that I find the movies and then I go watch them and, make my own little reviews. So I decided I was going to look up the top 10 highest rated Shaw Brothers Kung Fu movies. Now, I love Shaw Brothers movies, but usually the horror movies, not so much the Kung Fu movies. Haven't gotten into them yet. So I thought, what a perfect time to start. I put this list together and then realized that I hadn't seen a single one of these movies. So I thought, before I actually go off and watch them, what I might do is engage with you, my audience here at Asian Film Fans, to see what you think of these movies. So instead of the top 10, I'm going to split it in half. I'm going to look at just 5 movies for this video. And what I'm going to do is read the synopsis that I found and a mini review of the movies that I also found. And I'm going to give you a bit of my view of the trailer. I'm going to watch the trailer as well. Not going to show that on the video. And I'm just going to see what I think of it. But I really want to know in the comments below what you think of all these movies. So the 5 we're going to look at are Heroes of the East from 1978, Vengeance from 1970, Killer Constable from 1980, 5 Elements Ninja from 1982, and probably the most famous one that I think of is the 36th Chamber of Shaolin from 1978. So first up, let's have a look at what the 36th Chamber is about. So the first movie up on our top 5 or 5 pick list for this video is The 36th Chamber of Shaolin from 1978. So the synopsis about the movie says that it is a 1978 Hong Kong kung fu film directed by Lau Kar-leong and starring Gordon Liu. The film follows a highly fictionalized version of San Te, a legendary Shaolin martial arts disciple who trained under General Chi San. San Te joins the rebellion against the oppressive Manchu government, but after his friends and family are killed, he flees to the Shaolin Temple to learn kung fu. He undergoes rigorous training in the temple's 35 chambers, each teaching him a different aspect of martial arts. You know what? This is starting to sound pretty cool. He eventually masters the Shaolin skills and returns to the outside world to teach the people how to defend themselves against the Manchus. Yeah, this actually does sound pretty cool. And I'm guessing if you've seen it, you're already writing in the comments below, yeah, Dan, you need to watch this. This is the review that I found of it. The 36th Chamber of Shaolin is widely considered to be one of the greatest kung fu movies ever made. Now, that is a great selling point to me, and is a turning point in its director and star's career. The film showcases the authentic Shaolin fighting styles and philosophy, as well as the impressive physical abilities of Gordon Liu. The film is also a powerful allegory for the resistance and liberation, as San Te transforms from a victim of oppression to a leader of revolution. The film has influenced many other martial arts and genres such as hip-hop and rap music. The film is a must-watch for any fan of Kung Fu cinema or Hong Kong cinema in general. Now, I'm definitely a fan of Hong Kong cinema, and I do like Kung Fu movies. So what I'm going to do is watch the trailer. I'm going to come back and then tell you what I think of it. Let's check that out. You know what I realized? Rather than just giving my views, how about we just watch it together? Hopefully this doesn't get copyright struck. No, hopefully none of the trailers get copyright struck. So let's check it out together. Go. So I've got to say, firstly, the one great thing about Shaw Brothers movies is this, that logo is just fantastic. And always when I see those logos, I know I'm in for a great film. And of course, Shawscope. Shawscope, the unique aspect ratio of Shaw Brothers movies. So this looks fairly energetic already. I apologize for the very poor quality of this. I sourced this trailer from the Internet Archive. Okay, this does look pretty cool. I have to admit, it does look pretty cool. I don't watch many well, as a kid, I used to love watching martial arts movies, but I never got any Shaw Brothers stuff in. Alright, so there's a lot of training going on. I can see that. I do love the typical Shaw Brothers sets that are in use in this film. Or in the trailer anyway. Eye chamber. Okay. I assume all of this makes head chamber. I'm assuming all this makes sense once I watch the film. You know what? I really am interested in watching this film now. Just looking at everything that's happening. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. So this is the one thing I've kind of always been a bit iffy about with Hong Kong martial arts, is the very stop-starty nature of the martial arts. It really makes it come across as some kind of, and it always has been, I believe, you know, like a kind of performance, a dance type performance. It's not supposed to be super violent. But this trailer is just all action, so, and it's 3.5 minutes long. I mean, that's a bloody long trailer. I do like all this style. So we're seeing some different weapons being used. The nunchucker versus that massive machete. Hey, we share the same hairstyle. Lole! Okay, so Lole's in every bloody Shaw Brothers movie. I'm convinced he's in every Shaw Brothers movies. And of course, being a Shaw Brothers horror fan, he's in so many of their horror films. So, you know, I know him, and I know the kind of performances that he brings. Portrayed by Wang Yu. Okay. Ooh, this trailer, probably not going to have the sound, but the trailer seems to be dubbed in English. I couldn't find an original Cantonese one. But look, I'm still enjoying the way this looks. This does look pretty cool. Directed by Kung Fu expert. Liu Qiaoliang. Okay. Proudly presented by Shaws. Yeah, look, I think we know every time we see a Shaw Brothers film. That looks pretty cool. I'll admit that looks pretty cool. And that's, look, we've still got four other movies to check out. But that does look pretty cool. Not so much story-wise, but definitely movie-wise, that looks good. If you've seen it, of course, if you've seen any of them, as we're going along, drop comments in the comment section below. If you've seen it, let me know what you think of it. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the next movie that was recommended in the list, which was the 5 Elements Ninja. So, 5 Elements Ninja is the next one that was recommended by Google. And so this one's from 1982. Has a fairly decent Letterboxd rating, 3.8 out of 5, apparently. So let's check out what the synopsis of this one is about. It is a 1982 Hong Kong martial arts film directed by Chang Cheh and starring Cheng Tian-chi, Lo Mang, and Michael Chan. The film is about a Chinese martial arts school that finds itself outclassed by their rivals who hire elite ninjas from Japan to destroy the school. Okay. The lone survivor of the massacre learns the secrets of ninjutsu and seeks revenge against the ninja. He finds help in the form of a new teacher who knows ninjutsu and new brothers. Okay. Together they fight the 5 Elements Ninja Challenge: Wood, Earth, Gold, Water, and Fire. The review of the movie says, 5 Elements Ninja is a classic example of Chang Cheh's style of kung fu cinema, which emphasizes bloodshed, violence, and revenge. Okay, that got my attention. I'm not a bloody person fan, but this has my attention. The film features some of the most creative and brutal fights ever filmed, as the heroes have to contend with different types of ninjas who use various weapons and tactics based on the 5 elements. The film also showcases the authentic ninjutsu skills, techniques, and costumes, as well as the impressive physical skills of the actors. Okay. The film is not for the faint-hearted, as it depicts graphic scenes of torture, mutilation, and death. How bad could it be for 1982? However, for fans of hardcore action and ninjutsu, 5 Elements Ninja is a must-see. Well, with a review like that, it does makes it sound like a must-see. So let's start the trailer and check it out now. Again, starting off with that awesome Shaw Brothers logo. I don't know where these... this is another trailer I got from the Internet Archive, so... excuse the poor quality of it. And it's another long trailer. This is 4 minutes. And seen it in the movies on television. So, okay. So, clearly ninjas were a hot thing at the time in 1982. So the Shaws have decided to throw in ninjas into their action movie. Ooh, there's a mistake in the word result there. There's some great effects though. But this text is not translated. So I'm not really... I don't know what this text says. Unless they throw up an English translation after this, and I'm not going to translate it, sorry. Come on, skip. So I do like the fact that they've got the blood seeping over the logo there. Gold. So gold means it's just that they're in gold costumes, okay? Assuming the shields are probably made of gold. Wood. The trees are alive, okay. One thing, it looks like it's the same with Shaw Brothers Horror as it is with their martial arts films. This is the blood. It never looks realistic. It just looks like paint. And it's the same things in this film. It looks like paint. So we seem to just have 5 different coloured ninjas who know the separate... looking at the different separate elements. Again, it's that kind of stop-starty action. You can definitely tell this is filmed in a set too. Well, that's 1970s and 80s cinema for you. Close set, quick to shoot, great effects. Look, you know what? 1982. I'm not expecting fabulous effects, but you know, it's there's an element of creativity when it comes to some of the effects of what Shaw Brothers did with their horrors and of their kung fu films as well. And I feel really bad I've never actually seen a Shaw Brothers kung fu movie. I know what you're thinking. I know exactly what you're thinking. How could you be into Shaw Brothers and have never seen one of their martial arts films? Well, simple. I'm a horror fan. So, you know, I watch their horror films. Oh no, the woman looks familiar. Yeah, look, I've got to say the effects are looking pretty crazy in this film. And interesting crazy, as in... Yeah, okay, I can forgive the fact that it's a 41-year-old film. If it's engaging and fun. This is a very long trailer, though. Wouldn't be a Shaw Brothers movie without some boobies. Let's be honest. And backstab. One thing I've always liked about Hong Kong movies, and you know, something that you picked up from Jackie Chan films, is that unlike American films where they fight one-on-one, this is definitely a, you know, where they fight multiple people together. I don't know much of the cast of this one. Doesn't look like Lo Lei's in it. It looks crazy. It does look crazy. This would benefit from a nice remaster. I'm assuming there is a nice high quality remastering of this movie available. So it would be nice to if I do watch it, to find a nice Blu-ray of it. I think I'm going to have to look for a Blu-ray of it. That looks good. I don't think it looks as good as the 36th Chamber of Shaolin though. That would be my pick over if I was to pick which one I would watch first. But we've still got 3 more movies to look at. So the next one's Killer Constable. So let's go check that one out. All right, next up on the Shaw Brothers high-rated Kung Fu movie extravaganza video that we're making here on Asian Film Fans is Killer Constable from 1980. I like the name of this. And of course, it's one of those words that if you mispronounce, sounds pretty bad. Well, I think you know what I mean. And I think, you know, me being an Australian loves to mispronounce that word. Anyway, let's check out what this one's about. Killer Constable is a 1980 Hong Kong martial arts film directed by Kui Chi Hung and starring Chen Quan Tai, Ku Feng, why did that confuse me? Ku Feng and Jason Piao Piao. Jason Piao Piao. The film is about a righteous constable who has a fearsome reputation of killing criminals without remorse. He's kind of like Judge Dredd. But after being assigned to track a gang that robbed the Imperial Treasury, he comes to find that his reputation is being used against him by his enemies who have set up traps and ambushes for him. That sounds kind of cool. He also faces a moral dilemma when he realizes that some of the robbers are not evil, but desperate people. So it's a bit of a Robin Hood scenario with this one as well. Okay, so what did the review of this movie said? Killer Constable is a dark and violent film. Here we go with the violence thing again. 1980, come on, can't be that violent. That showcases the director's style of depicting the harsh realities of life under a totalitarian regime. So I'm guessing this movie is banned in China. The film does not glorify violence, but shows its consequence and its effects on the characters. The film also features some impressive fight scenes that are realistic and brutal, as well as some stunning cinematography that uses natural phenomena such as fog, rain, moonlight, and fire to create a striking contrast between light and shadow. I'm hoping that comes across in the trailer. The film is not for the faint-hearted. I think they said that about the last film too, as it depicts graphic scenes of torture, mutilation, and death. In fact, I'm pretty sure it said the same thing about the last film as well. Who wrote these reviews? Did they copy and paste themselves? However, for fans of gritty and realistic action and drama, Killer Constable is a must-see. Well, we'll just see about that now, won't we? Now, let's fire up the trailer and Killer Constable, have a look at it. And it's a very short trailer. Okay, hold on. I'm back. Slight technical problem. So let's check out the trailer now. Okay. So it's definitely set in more of the ancient times. This one looks like a bit more of a modern type trailer. It's only a minute and a bit long. So I'm not thinking that this is the newish trailer. So there was a couple of things I said to look out for. Moonlight, fog. Yeah, it's definitely got a bit of violence. It's got those classic Shaw Brothers zooms, which I'm sure that Sam Raimi copied. So this one looks like it's actually filmed outside, which is actually good. This means it's a bit of a budgeted Shaw Brothers movie, not an El Cheapo. It is a fair bit of blood, even that fake kind of paint blood. And rain effects. The rain effects are not cheap. Weapons look good. Killer Constable. Weapons look really good. I didn't get much from that trailer though. So yeah, I'm curious to watch it, but again, I think this movie's going in a bit of an order of how these movies should be watched, and 36 Chambers still does look like it comes out on top. I'm not getting much from that one, and I'm not really sure what the general consensus among Shaw Brothers fans is on this one. So again, leave the comment below if you know anything about Killer Constable, and if you are recommending that over the first two. So now let's move on to the oldest movie on this list. 53 years old as of time of recording this video in 2023. It is Vengeance from 1970. The synopsis of Vengeance says, it is a 1970s Hong Kong's martial arts film, directed by Chung Che, who directed one of the previous ones we've already looked at, and stars David Chung, T. Lung, famous T. Lung, and Wang Ping. Now, I confused T. Lung's name in a previous movie that I did about Hong Kong gangster films, and I apologize to you, T. Lung. The film is about a man who returns to China to track down and kill the men who murdered his brother, an opera performer and acrobat who was assassinated by a triad gang after discovering his girlfriend had a one-night stand with a powerful triad boss. Oh, yeah, okay. That'll get you killed. The film follows his bloody quest for revenge as he faces various enemies and obstacles along the way. Okay, hopefully he knows martial arts. Vengeance, this is the review. Vengeance is a classic example of Chung Che's style of kung fu cinema, which emphasizes bloodshed, violence, and revenge. I'm pretty sure I've read this line too. The person who wrote these reviews clearly didn't use much differentiation in their words. The film features some of the most memorable and brutal fights ever filmed as the hero uses his acrobatic skills and various weapons to dispatch his foes. The film also showcases the authentic Chinese opera costumes and performances. Okay, so it should be colorful, as well as the impressive physical abilities of David Chung and Ti Lung. The film is not for the faint-hearted as it depicts graphic scenes of torture, mutilation, and death. Who the fuck wrote these reviews? Why you keep repeating the same line? However, for fans of hardcore action and drama, Vengeance is a must-see. Who wrote these reviews? Why are they all the same? Okay. Well, let's check out the trailer. At least this one has a Shaw Brothers logo at the start, and it's in Shaw Scope. So that's good to know. I'm really taken aback by some of these reviews about why the same lines are repeated in all of these reviews. Where the hell are they from? They're probably letterboxed reviews, and someone's just not creative at all. So, okay, this movie's bragging that it has new techniques, new faces from Dead End. I'm assuming that's another Shaw Brothers film. We found Ti Lung. Okay. And they've spelt the word travel wrong. And that should be Wandering Saw Man. This is a really interesting way of trying to sell a movie, by the way. So this is a very old trailer. It appears to be in black and white. It's clearly not. Or maybe it is. Vengeance. So this is cool. This is the start of Ti Lung's career. This new style of motion picture. So we've got to remember the age of this film. 53 years old. 1970. You know what? It's unfortunate. Ti Lung's been in a lot of great films, you know, such as Better Tomorrow. And I'll always remember him from being a stupid 2020 Chinese web movie called Giant Fish. What a fall from grace that was, Ti Lung. Looks like Lily Lowe. It's not her, but... Well, this trailer seems to be Mandarin. Oh, yeah. So this trailer's been dubbed in Mandarin, which is only slightly better than it being dubbed in English. So I'm curious to know what all the so-called new techniques were that they pioneered for this film, because that would make it interesting. Oh, look how young Ti Lung looks. Oh my god. Coming soon. Oh, and then just abruptly ends. Okay, cool. Well, that was only 2 and a bit minutes long. I didn't get, based on what the synopsis and the review said, or that the review said it had contained scenes of torture, which clearly it doesn't. And if it's in the next review, I'm not reading that bit out. So I'm not sure that one came across as exciting. But you know what? Trailers moved a lot in 10 years' time. Again, I still think we're talking about these movies probably in the order that they should be watched. And I think I would watch Killer Constable before I would watch Vengeance. There's one more movie to check out, which is called Heroes of the East from 1978. And this is a martial arts movie directed by Lau Kar-leong, who directed the first movie that we looked at, 36 Chambers, and stars Gordon Liu and Yuka Mizuno. The film is about a Chinese man who marries a Japanese woman through an arranged marriage and manages to insult all of her Japanese martial arts families by issuing a challenge to her that is misinterpreted by the others. All right. Okay, cool. Interesting. He then has to face a series of duels. This reminds me of Bruce Lee. A series of duels with different Japanese martial artists who want to prove the superiority of their style over his Chinese kung fu. Along the way, he learns to respect and appreciate the Japanese martial arts as well as his wife's skills and personality. This is interesting. So this seems like a blend of cultures coming together, which would have been rather progressive for 1978, especially for Hong Kong. So that actually sounds kind of interesting. The review, hopefully, is not a copy and paste of the previous reviews, says, Hero of the East is a unique and entertaining film that showcases the diversity and beauty of Chinese and Japanese martial arts. The film features some of the most impressive and authentic fights ever filmed, as the hero has to contend with various styles such as karate, judo, ninjutsu, kendo, naginatsu, I don't know, I'll put it on the screen, and sojitsu, which I'm assuming is a form of alcohol. Sojitsu. Bad joke, Dan. The film also has humorous and respectful tone that avoids the usual stereotypes and nationalism that often plagues such cross-cultural stories. That's interesting. That's actually a really interesting point. The film is a must-watch for any fan of martial arts, cinema, or Asian culture in general. Okay. So this one's kind of sold me. And apparently, according to this, the Letterboxd rating of this is 4 out of 5. So, you know, depending on what you think of Letterboxd as a source of movie information. By the way, if you really want, I am on Letterboxd. You can find me, the Arty Dance. Great little plug for Letterboxd. Thank you. This trailer is another 4 and a bit minute long. So this must be the original authentic trailer of the film. God, no idea where I found this one. Must have been from the Internet Archive again. So, oh, it's really shitty quality. Really, really poor quality. So apologies for that. I'm not sure how bad it's going to come across on the video when I put it together. But at least it's in SureScope, which I'm assuming is this super ultra widescreen format. So Heroes of the East. Chinese boxers versus Japanese fighters, if you can't read what that says on the screen. Advanced in Kung Fu. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. Look, I don't know much about Asian cinema, martial arts cinema from the time of when this film was shot. So I don't know whether any of these Japanese actors are known in Japanese cinema for some of the work that they did. There's a big bloke. He's a big dude. Do you know what that big dude reminded me of? And I know I'm wrong, but in the original Ninja Turtles movie, he looked like the guy who was Shredder's sidekick. I know it's not him, but god damn it, it looked like him. Oh, the Bruce Lee ripoff. Oh, no. Can't be the Bruce Lee ripoff. He's not using martial... Oh, yes, he is. He's got a nunchuck in his other hand. So there's more techniques than was mentioned in that review. A nice big saber he's using, isn't it? Sorry, kendo. I don't know much. Again, I don't know much about Japanese martial arts, but I didn't think kendo was something that you used swords with. I thought that was a stick, like a pole typed martial art. I suppose you could swap out the pole for a sword. This is going to be a very interesting journey for me down through Shaw Brothers Kung Fu cinema. I know I can feel that I'm going to enjoy all 5 of these films. Actually, looking at this one, probably feels like the second movie I should watch after 36th Chamber of Shaolin. It looks like it's got a bit of humor to go with. That just is even trying to beat up his wife. Yeah, this looks interesting. The action doesn't look so stop-starty as some of the other films. I wonder how hard this one will be to find. And I'm really hoping that you guys have seen it. Look, I know you have. I know if you're watching this because you've clicked on it and saw Shaw Brothers in the title, I know you've watched these movies. So I know you want to tell me in the comments what you think. And also the order of the 5 movies you think I should be watching them in. I'm going to guess 36 Chamber is the top movie that I should be watching. But this one looks like number 2. really surprised none of these films have ever been on TV in Australia. And I'm pretty sure they have been. Just never watched them. That is a long ass trailer. That was another 4 and a bit minute trailer. And again, hopefully it's okay to use that in it. Otherwise, you're just going to get me talking to a whole bunch of still photographs. That looked energetic. Really did look energetic. But I still think 36 Chambers is on top. Then that. Then probably 5 Elements Ninja. Killer Constable Vengeance coming in last because it didn't get much out of Vengeance. The older of the lot. And even though it's proclaiming to have all of those new techniques, no doubt by the time I watch Vengeance, all those new techniques will be old techniques because they would have all been refined in all the previous, all the corresponding movies after it. So, 36 Chamber of Shaolin does look like a winner. Now, this list was a top 10, so there are 5 more to look at. So, I'm going to make another one based on the other 5 recommendations that Google gave me. Hopefully the reviews are a bit better than what I did. I went into this fresh. I didn't even read the reviews beforehand. So hopefully it finds me better reviews to read out than this. And, maybe I can watch some of them. Well, I won't watch any of those, but I'll watch the ones in this one and let you guys know. So, of course, like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're someone new. We try to do a lot of Hong Kong cinema on this channel, but do want to see comments of which ones I should watch. Now, the other 5 movies, you might be thinking, what are the other 5 movies that it recommended you? Just in case you want to say, don't just watch those 5, Dan, watch the different one. It also recommended The Black Tavern, Crippled Avengers, Holy Flame of the Martial World, but that is a fabulous title for a film. Dirty Ho, which is directed by Lau Kar Leong and stars Gordon Liu. All right, so these two liked making movies. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at a title called Dirty Ho. Dirty Ho. Okay, probably gone all red. And 8 Diagram Pole Fighter, which probably does sound like it's a 4.1 and directed by Lau Kar Leong and starring Gordon Liu. Okay, so maybe they should just have their own separate video that I look at those films on their own. Put in the comments below what you think I should watch. Shaw Brothers movies rocks. I'm into their horror films, but I'm definitely going to start getting into their kung fu movies if they're as exciting as the trailers make them out to be. Thank you for watching this video. I'll catch you next time we do another video like this.